The Sands remember, they remember the blood spilled when Meyer-Shaikh fell, and the 30-year war tore Balochestan apart. Brother against brother, Rand against Lashar. Two tribes stood with the Rands, four rallied behind the Lasharis, and when the last sword was sheathed, the land was quiet, but not at peace. Now a new storm gathers.
The Gurkhani's plea is heard. Delhi's arrogance has festered too long. But before we march, one question gnaws at me. Will the Lasharis ride beside us, or let old wounds bleed us dry?
Mir Goram Lashari has not forgotten the 30-year war to ask for his sword now. It is like asking a scorpion not to strike.
Then let the scorpion sting itself. We need no Lasharis. The Rands and Nohanis alone can crush Delhi's pride.
Foolish words. A divided Beluch force is no force at all. Delhi's armies are vast, but their greatest weapon, our disunity. This letter does not beg. It reminds the Lasharis that Beluch blood, once spilled for pride, can today be spilled for glory. And if they refuse, then history will remember them as the men who chose petty feuds over legend. Ride fast. Let no man bar your path.
Mir Goram Khan Lashari, Sardar of the four tribes, Mirchakar Rand sends this message. The enemy is not across the mountains, but across the river. Delhi's throne grows fat on our division. Will you let history remember the Beluch as warriors or fools?
Chakar Rand speaks of unity now. Where was this wisdom when his sword split Lashari skulls?
Yet if we refuse, we fight two wars, one against Delhi, another against our own kin. Can we afford pride over survival?
30 years of war taught us this. Victory without honor is ashes, but honor without victory is a tomb.
Enough. Tell Chakar Rand this. The Lasharis do not ride for him. We ride for Balochestan. Sound the drums. Every warrior who can lift a sword marches by dawn.
The screen fades from Gohram Khan's intense gaze to a vast, sun-scorched plain where thousands of Beluch warriors stand in formation. Scholars would later write of them. The Beluch army was a storm clad in iron. Every warrior, a lord of war, their heads and arms shielded by curved steel, their waists girded with daggers sharp enough to split the wind. Bows strung for the hunt, swords tempered for kings. Yet even in battle's grim art, they carried the flourish of their people. Silk scarves dyed in sunset hues, boots the color of spilled wine, and on their fingers gold rings to catch the light like distant fire. This was no horde of mercenaries. This was the Beluch nation, unbroken, unyielding, and after 30 years, united.
Brothers of the Beluch, the Lasharis have honored us with their steel. The Nohanis, Rajpis, and others have brought their fury. Now, let our strategy be as sharp as our blades.
Delhi's forces outnumber us 3-1, but they fight for coin. We fight for blood.
Their weakness is their arrogance. They'll expect a frontal assault. We should strike at night, divide their ranks with fire and arrows.
No, the Afghans are no fools. Their scouts will see torches for miles. We must lure them into the hills. Let their heavy cavalry stumble on our terrain.
Enough. We will do both. The Nohanis and Rajpis will feign retreat here, drawing their cavalry into the rocks. The Lasharis will flank from the riverbeds. And the Rands, we will greet the Shah's face with fire and steel head-on. Let Delhi learn why the Beluch do not need numbers. We are the storm.
And so the Beluch nation stood as one. From the scorching deserts to the rugged highlands, the tribes answered the call. 40,000 Rands, their swords thirsting for vengeance. 50,000 Lasharis, their pride tempered by purpose. 30,000 Nohanis, silent as the night but deadly as the viper. 10,000 Rajpis, unbroken and unyielding. Together, 130,000 strong. They formed a storm the likes of which Delhi had never seen. Under one banner, under one command, Mirzakar Khan had forged not just an army, but a legend.
To the so-called Emperor of Delhi, you insulted our honor and forgotten that the Beluch do not kneel. Now, 130,000 swords march to your gates. Surrender, and you may keep your life. Resist, and we will teach your historians how to write defeat.
You give him no terms, no bargains?
The Beluch do not bargain. We conquer.
A Beluch goat herd dares threaten the peacock throne? These desert rats forget their place. They belong in the dirt, licking the boots of kings.
Your Majesty, their numbers are...
Numbers? I have cannons. I have war elephants clad in steel. Let them come. Write this to Mirzakar Khan. You mountain worm. Delhi's throne was forged by gods, not for barbarians who sleep on rocks. Run back to your caves or my artillery will bury you in them. Mobilize the Janissaries. I want every Beluch head mounted on the gates by monsoon.
And so the storm broke. Village after village fell. Fortress gates splintered like kindling. The Shah's vaunted armies crumbled, not just before Beluch steel, but before their will. Within weeks, the horizon itself seemed to bleed saffron and scarlet, as Mirzakakar's forces reached the very gates of Delhi, and the Shah's arrogance finally turned to fear. But even the fiercest storms must lull. A month of carnage had drained both sides. Cannons had taken their toll, and Mirzakar, ever the fox, knew when to step back to strike harder. The Beluch withdrew just beyond Delhi's sight, to regroup, to breathe, and to plan the blow that would end an empire.
Where is my sister?
My lord, Lady Banri took her riders east at midnight. She said she would cut the Shah's throat herself.
Then we ride now. Every horseman who can still stand, with me. The rest, hold this line.
The Shah hides in the red tent, past the elephant lines. His guards are few. He thinks the battle won.
Then let's teach him the price of arrogance.
My lady, the order was to retreat. Mirzakar will...
Mirzakar fights for victory. I fight for finality. Who rides with me to end this war?
I will give you gold, lands, just...
You will give me nothing. You will kneel. Look upon your king. This is the fate of tyrants.
Lay down your arms. Surrender.
Well, brother, the seat of empires awaits. Will you finally sit like a king?
This throne is wood and lies. I'd rather stand on Beluch soil.
Chakkar, the Lasharis already grumble. They say the Rands took the lion's share of spoils.
Hear me. Delhi is broken, but Bluchistan lives. I did not cross mountains to rule a gilded cage. I came for justice and for this. We take only what matters, our fallen and our freedom. The throne? Let the Guacanis keep their toys. The throne is yours, Humayun. But the land? It needs rulers who understand both sword and soil. My sons and generals will stay as governors, not as conquerors, but as guardians.
You trust me to reign over your own blood?
I trust them to keep you honest.
Behold Sardar Fateh, The victorious, a king who refused a crown yet won an empire for others.
And so Mirchakar's seed took root in foreign soil. His sons ruled Punjab's plains, Delhi's labyrinthine alleys, Multan's golden markets. Centuries later, their descendants still bear the Beluch name, a living testament to the man who conquered, then walked away. Sardar Mir Chakar Rand died as he lived, unconquered. At 85, he left a world that still whispers his name, not for the throne he spurned, but for the people he raised up. Today, Balochistan's very stones remember him, in halls of learning, in factories forging the future, in the unbroken spirit of a nation that once followed a man who knew true power is not taken, it is given.